In this video, we're going to talk about RealWorks and how to set up your settings and preferences when you first open the program. So RealWorks is going to open up, and when it begins to load, you'll start to notice that a bunch of windows will pop up. Just go ahead and let it completely load. You'll see these windows like Station Marker List. If you look at the bottom, you'll see things like limit boxes. We also have an area for properties, and then you've got your workspace. I'm going to go ahead and close these windows now, and I'll start right here with the Station Marker List. No worries, these windows can always be opened back up. We're just going to clear the screen to show you a little bit larger workspace. Okay, now at the very bottom, let me adjust my screen just a minute. You'll see that we're currently set to meters, so I'm going to come back to the bottom, just going to click on where it says meters. This is going to open up the preferences, so you'll see that this is tabbed out into a lot of different places. We'll start with the units, and you can see mine's currently set to 2, but this is something that you can change that meets your needs. You also want to take a look at the units here. I'm going to change all mine to reflect US survey feet, but you can see there's quite a few to choose from. Now when I get to residual era, I typically leave mine in millimeters. You can choose to change that if you would like, but that's where I keep mine. Moving next to the Print tab, you can see inside of here that we use a loaded Trimble logo. If you'd like to, you can use your own logo. You just have to go through and browse for that and add it in. Now we also have an area for the improvement program. If you'd like to participate in that, just check the appropriate box there. In the Viewer tab, you've got some things that you can change here. Got some display options. Color there is at the default. It's also using that gradient shading. You can just change it to pick what you would like. And you can see it's got the complete color palette, so just choose what you would like and say OK. Let's go up to the Tools tab. You can see here's some more color options that you'll have. Fencing color for segmentation is another option. You can change coloring on. There's a polyline option as well. There are some functions within inside of RealWorks that will allow you to draw some polylines. You can change the coloration there. And then you've got a check on box for Scan Explorer for an autosave option.
In the HD Display tab, you have the opportunity to change the values of the RAM and the graphics card memory.
The Navigation tab will allow you to change some options about your mouse. These are the default options. You can change these if you would like to. The auto spin button is a feature that will keep objects moving once they are starting to rotate. So I typically keep that off, and then you've got some additional mouse buttons here that you can change. The magnifier mode allows you to zoom into an area using a hotkey. I currently leave that at the default. You also have the option to have that magnified area auto-centered. I usually keep that checkbox on. And finally, in the General tab, you have a drop box to change the number of undos that you would like. You also have a place for your temporary folder. You can change that if you need to. The coordinate system is also important. Make sure that is marked to the correct coordinate system based on your scan data. You have a place to change the language if necessary, and then the Start page, that is the blue page that you see here on the side. I typically turn that off so it doesn't come on every time. When all of your changes are complete, you can just select the Apply button. choose OK, and that will close the preferences. Now we're just going to close RealWorks to reset the program and save the changes. Your new settings and preferences should now be applied, so go ahead and open up RealWorks once again. This time what we're going to talk about is the actual appearance of the screen. You'll notice when we open up this time that the blue banner is gone, and because we closed out all of the different boxes, all we see now is our workspace. So you'll see that on the left hand side. It's actually one whole box altogether. But what I'd like to show you is how you can place the boxes in different parts of the screen. So take this workspace for instance. I can move the window to the left to close it up a little bit. I can also just click on it and begin to move it. You'll see that around the screen are different options for placement. So please set the screen up as you would like it. There's no real right way to set it up. Everybody has their own preference. So you can see you can just dock that back in. There's also a little pin at the top that you can click on that will collapse the option. You'll see it move to the left. It just kind of hides over there in the corner, gives you more of a viewing space. If you want the tool back, just hover back over top of it and it will display the entire tool. You can also just pin that right back in if you'd like. Now let's talk about some additional windows that we can add to our viewing screen. If you go up to the View tab and come on all the way over to the right, you're going to see different options to open windows. You've got that limit box window. If we pop that, you'll see it just kind of finds its place down there at the bottom. You also have your properties window. That's a handy one to use. You'll see that those are currently stacked on top of each other. I'm just going to move this over to the right hand side. You can see now I'm really starting to customize my screen. Open or close any of the windows that you would like. The good thing about RealWorks is you can set up your space to work just like you would like to and customize it for each individual project.